Hi everyone, this is Charlotte and today I'm going to be reviewing the manager functionality in Abacus account for those of you who are going to be managing and approving other people's expenses. So I'm going to start out in the app simulator here. So when you log into your app, this is what this will look like. And this will allow you to approve things on the go. So just to orient you, up top here, there's the manager toggle and the personal toggle. So personal is where you'll go to submit your own expenses. Manager is where you'll go to approve other people's expenses. So to review and approve expenses, you'll just click on the expense. You can review all of the additional fields and just click approve to approve it or deny. For the deny, you can leave an optional note. You can say add a receipt or please add facility, something like that. And then when you approve it, that's all you need to do. You can also swipe all to approve all expenses at once if you'd like to tap into them and view each one, and then just swipe to approve all. So that's pretty much the mobile app. If there are expenses pending approval from other managers, you'll see them in this pending section on the app. So I'm going to pop over into the web now. So the web app is the same in terms of this manager personal toggle. So when you're submitting your own expenses, you can just do so in your personal tab. All of the manager related activities you're going to do in your manager tab. So again, looks like there are 4 expenses waiting your approval. So your inbox is where you're going to go to view and approve expenses. So you can click on each one and view the details of the expense. Looks like this one is missing a note. So I could either approve it or I could deny it and say, please add a note. And if I send it back when I deny it, then the employee will be able to resubmit it. Or I can permanently deny it if, it's out of policy or for whatever reason you would like to permanently deny the expense. One thing that will be really helpful is bulk approving. So you might be used to expenses in a report form, and this is essentially your own report that you can approve all at once by clicking this checkbox in the top left corner here, which will select everything in your view, and then you can approve it or alternatively deny it, export the details of it, or even reassign it to another manager if you'd like another manager to look at the expense. So when you log in, there's this concept of live reports. So live reports are customized reports of your inbox, anything waiting on your approval. So if you would like to view your expenses by category or by user, you can do that by clicking this little down arrow here. And then, you can say, okay, I want to view my expenses by user. I want to see all of Charlie's expenses or all of Eric's expenses. So if you manage multiple people, this is a good way to break things down by user. And then again, you can view all and then select everything in your view and approve all at once. So that's the basics of approving expenses. The default is the expense list. There's also chart view and receipt view. So if you are someone who wants to get a zoomed in picture of the receipt when you're reviewing expenses, you can click on receipt view and you can use your keyboard arrows left and right to navigate through your expenses. And then you can approve and deny from here, or even you can click the A key to approve or the D key to deny. So that's another tip to moving through your expenses really quickly if you'd like a bit more of a zoomed in look at the receipt. Next is chart view. So chart view will give you A bit more insight into expenses. Looks like Charlie is still selected here, so I'm going to remove him. And there's not a ton of data in this account, but you will see a chart, a time-bound chart here, as well as a breakdown of whatever view you're looking at. And I'm looking at my inbox here. You can break things down by user, by category, by merchant, etc. So another thing to just draw your attention to is the filters over here to the right. So you can also filter the expenses that are waiting on your approval. So you can see I've already created some saved custom reports here to the left, greater than 1K, for example. So using these filters, you can say, okay, I want to, especially look for a certain department or a certain facility's expenses, for example, or I want to look at all expenses greater than a certain amount. Let's say I want to flag anything greater than $500. I can add that filter in, so inbox, anything greater than $500, and looks like there's one that meets that criteria. And then I can click Save Report here. And when I do that, expenses over 500, then it will be saved here in my account on the left-hand bar over here. So that will update in real time whenever new expenses that are awaiting your approval come in to your account. So all of the managers, all of you guys can customize the reports that you would like to see in your own account, and they will update with expenses as they are submitted. And again, this might be a little bit different than what you're used to. You might be used to reports, but think of these as your own customized reports that you can create for yourself, and then you're just going to bulk approve them when you've reviewed them. So those are the main features from a manager approval standpoint. So hopefully that helps get you up and running as a manager for the expenses that you have to approve. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at support@abacus.com, or you can always chat with us for support if you have additional questions. Thanks.